So is Brazilian Rosewood, which some people say is the king of all back and side woods for acoustic guitars, is it all it's cracked up to be? I think it is, sort of. Well, it all depends on how it's used, what body shape, the bracing, the thickness of the wood, who put the guitar together. It all depends. Just putting Brazilian rosewood on back and sides of a guitar doesn't necessarily, in my humble opinion, make it a great guitar. All the other things have to work right along with it. That being said, I have owned two guitars in the last 25 to 30 years that had Brazilian rosewood back and sides. One of them I sold because the shape of the guitar just wasn't working sound-wise for me. I mean, the guitar sounded great. It just didn't work with my vocal range and my playing style, so I sold it. However, I have kept this one, and this is my Jason Harshbarger Athena that he built for me, gosh, 20 years ago, I guess. And it's a unique guitar, shape-wise. You can kind of see that already. It has buckskin redwood on the top, and buckskin redwood is, I think it's just a different term for Sinker redwood. If you notice how dark it is, a lot of the Sinker redwoods are dark and stripy. This one is not too stripy. But the back and sides are Brazilian rosewood. I don't recall where I purchased the Brazilian rosewood, but I purchased it before it got super, super, super expensive. I probably paid $400 or $500 for this set. In today's world, it would probably be about $1,500 to $2,000, maybe even more, if you could even get it. As we know, those of us who look at tone woods occasionally, there's not that much out there that's legal anymore. And if it's a nice set, it is usually very, very expensive. So, again, does it make a guitar sound better than, say, East Indian rosewood or Cocobolo, which some people say is similar to Brazilian, or Wenge, or any of those other tone woods that some people sometimes compare to Brazilian rosewood? Well, I really cannot answer that question. All I can tell you is on this particular guitar, it sounds darn good. Now, this is a unique guitar. Jason doesn't build your typical Martin or Taylor knockoffs. He really does not. This is a 13 fret to the body. A 13 fret to the body means that the bridge, because this is a 25.5-inch scale length, moves the bridge down into the middle of the lower bout, which in my humble opinion, again, it's just my opinion, but I've read and heard a couple of people say it puts the bridge more in the center of the drum head, so you do get more resonance, maybe more low end. It really works on this guitar. This particular one has a 1 3/4-inch nut width. It's bone, nut, and saddle. I could not tell you if that's Brazilian or, well, no, it isn't. It's ebony. Ebony fretboard and ebony bridge, bone, nut, and saddle, ebony bridge pins, great rosette. Jason does a wonderful job of designing guitars, as I mentioned earlier, that are not your typical guitars. He came up with the rosette. He did, under my request, put a palm tree right here, because a lot of my initial or first time custom guitars, since I was a surfer and used to own surf shops, I liked palm trees, still do. So I would have the luthiers put a palm tree somewhere around the 10th, 11th, 12th, 14th fret, and this one has it. It has a terrific sound. Now, this same guitar, if it were built with Indian rosewood back and sides, would it sound the same? Or sound as good? It might. I have to believe, however, that because this has the Brazilian rosewood back and sides, that it has that Brazilian sound. I can't, there's no scientific way for me to figure that out, but I think it does. And the combination, I'm a firm believer that redwood, whether it's sinker or regular redwood, combined with rosewood back and sides, whether it's Brazilian or East Indian, is a great combination. In fact, if I recall, the initial McPherson guitars that came out, gosh, when they started building them in numbers back about 15, 18 years ago, had a redwood top with an Indian rosewood back and side. So it is a wonderful combination.
Again.
All I can tell you about Brazilian rosewood is it's mighty expensive if you can get it. And for the average player, in my humble opinion, it's not worth spending the extra money. Now, if you're a guitar collector who likes to put your guitars up on hanging from the wall to show people, and you have an unlimited income or a lot of money that you can spend on expensive guitars, then maybe it is. Or if you're a professional looking for a specific sound, yes. But for the average player, no. Now this guitar, when I purchased it and had Jason build it, and again, that was quite a while ago, it probably cost me about $2,000 at that point in time. I think his guitars are much more expensive now. He builds more what I would call blues type of guitars, a little bit different shape from this, a little smaller body. They've got some really nice punchy sounds to them. Almost like a Django Reinhardt sound in a way, at least the ones I've heard. But this particular one, whenever I have played this out at a gig, and I have played this at many, many gigs, the people, one, if they're a guitar player, they'll come up and say, "What kind of guitar is that?" Because it doesn't look like a regular guitar. For the people who are not guitar players, they come up and say, "Your guitar sounds wonderful." Now, is it the Brazilian? Could be, and I have to believe it is. So, if you are fortunate enough to own a guitar with Brazilian rosewood back and sides, good on you, mate. If not, and you're hoping to have one built that way, I hope you have deep pockets, because it's going to cost a lot of money. Anyways, Brazilian rosewood, yes, and I love the fact a lot of rosewoods, not just Brazilian, you have different colorations, you have knots, you have sapwood. I love exotic woods because they look different than your average, what everybody else builds with. So, have fun playing your guitar. I'm going to have fun playing mine. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.